Okay, I want to talk to you about volunteering. I know that. Tell me a little bit about the organization, Community Living Sarnia Lambton, and what prompted you to begin volunteering for this.
I guess what prompted me to do this was back, probably a good 30 years ago. There was a program in Niagara Falls called the People Program, and the People Program did one-on-one with special ed classes where they had a kid, normal kid, taking a phys ed course or a math course, working one-on-one with a handicapped or intellectually challenged individual. So that we adopted that program and ran a people program, and it was probably my favorite course because you had good kids, both sides. They amalgamated really well, and it was just a fun day to be there because they had all these antics. So I used to always take them over to the manse at Grace United Church, and we would meet up with somebody there, and then we would go over to the big community living place over. It's 11. It used to be an old Catholic church, and it was the accommodations for the folks that worked there. So we had 10 people in that. It's on Thomas Drive, and we used to go over and see the protocol and everything that they did. When I retired, Grace United Church was going through a wild time with their manse, and the long and the short of it was that after some lengthy struggles, Grace gave us the manse for $1 a year, and we've kept it ever since. So we put a lot of money into it, but we've also had it for 15 years too, and it has worked out really, really well. The executive director for community living, John Hagens, I retired in January of '98, and my first job was to work with him in order to get that manse, because we had that small riot of neighbors who thought we should not be bringing in those people. So we did, and it lasted, the animosity lasted for 6 months or so, and then it kind of went away. I vowed that I would, first year I would not get involved with anything, but I did. Second year I got involved with community living, got on their board of directors. And I've enjoyed it immensely, and it's something to do. My wife thinks I do too much over there. She's afraid maybe that I'm having an affair because it couldn't possibly be that long at community living, but it does happen. So that's how I got involved with it.
What does volunteering, I guess, generally do for you, and specifically with Community Living Sarnia Lambton?
Well, I guess it's partly to do with being a senior. Seniors make the world go round, and that there are lots of opportunities, and people are aware of that. So if you approach them, in most cases you'll get a favorable response. So I guess that's what kind of attracted me, first of all. And I was nominated and put on the board while Gail and I were away on a out west trip for 4 weeks. So when I came back, I was on the board.
What would you say to somebody who is considering volunteering, either before they've retired or after they've retired? What would you suggest to somebody like that?
I'm going to relate that to coaching. And coaching is the icing on the cake as far as I'm concerned in teaching. That you get so much more rapport between teacher and student. You learn a lot about them, and they learn a lot about you. It's a good relationship. So I guess that applying that to community living, I had the same kind of feeling there. That it was things that I could do. I enjoyed the people, and I enjoyed working with the clients, well, not as much as we possibly could, mainly because the board is away from the day-to-day operation. But I taught many of the kids anyway, so I still had contact with them when they came through community living.
Great. Anything else that you might want to speak to regarding volunteering and the importance of it?
I would be bored out of my mind if I retired and stayed doing nothing. So my whole career was involved with coaching, but I wanted something different. So this package I told you about, the accommodations with the students and group home, all of this stuff I was sort of involved with. I guess what really sold me was that the Grace Manse that we were given had a real problem. They couldn't get rid of it, and at one point in time it was painted black, and another point in time nobody bothered to check it, which they should have, and the end result was that they had a massive flood, just unbelievable flood. And the manse was pretty decrepit based on all of the problems it had without anybody actually living in it for quite a while. So community living took it over, and part of that, and you could just see the progress being made. A partnership evolved with Grace United Church, and it's just something that I have really enjoyed, and I hate the thought of having to give it up at some point in time. But I've been on longer than normal because they had to put what I call it the Earl clause. After 10 years, 5 two-year terms, you have to take a year off. But because I was the president and there was nobody else that wanted the job at that point in time, they put a special bylaw in so that I could stay on. And it has to be renewed every year. But served its purpose for me because it kept me in there, and I do really miss it.
All right, thanks very much, Earl.
Oh, you're welcome.